Hello guys, I don't know where you're watching this video from, but I'll say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my lovely people out there who have clicked on this video to watch. As you all know, my name is Okafor Helen, your one and only human resource manager. Have in my series of videos that I've done, have talked about a whole lot. Today I'm going to be focusing on employee welfare. I know the employers will be looking at me that what did I want to say about this? And the employee will be like, yes, talk about our welfare. Talk about welfare. We need that. Talk about it. Calm down. Relax. So I'm going to say this before I proceed. A child who is well taken care of by his parents tends to get enjoy the best and get every basic necessities, and before you know it, this child tends to do better because the child was well taken care of. Meanwhile, on the other hand, a child who was not well taken care of couldn't get the basic necessity to enhance his or herself, be it learning wise and in all other areas. This child tends to perform poor. Same thing, a child whose parent provides all the necessary things to needed for his or her academic pursuits, and another child whose parent failed to provide. He couldn't even get the privilege to go and sit for exam, not to talk of getting admission to pursue whatever he or she wants to pursue. This same child tends not to be able to do well in that line. What I'm just trying to say is, as an employer, when you provide the basic necessity your staff needs, they tend to perform well and the work environment tends to be conducive. But the problem I'm having with most employers is they don't want to do the needful by providing all the necessary things to enhance a good, conducive work environment. All they want is go and work, go and work, go and work, go and work. These people are humans who tend to break down along that line, especially after putting them through the stress of tedious activities. There are so many things employers should look out for. Let's look out for the psychological well-being of the staff. Some staffs are going through a whole lot. Psychologically, they are not okay. They are going through a whole lot. Some, it might be family issues, some might be relationship issues, academic issues, and the likes. They are going through a whole lot. So instead of we um, ignoring such situation, why don't we pay attention to it? Probably this particular staff has been doing well and over time begins to do poorly. Let's look into it. Is there a psychological problem that this particular staff is encountering? Then we have to look into this thing and see how we can address it. Where can we come in as an employer? This will make them feel relaxed and feel welcomed. And before you know, their performance begins to boost high. Aside the psychological well-being, let's look at the physical needs. These physical needs are basic things that employees look out for in order to function well. What physical things or material things do we give our staffs? But let's first look at this example. A staff who has been working but does not have, for instance, I'm working as a call center agent. I don't have access to call card. I don't have access to internet. How can I function very well as a customer care agent? It's impossible. But if all those things I need to function well are provided, definitely I'm not going to have any issue in delivering. So we should also look at these physical needs. What are these physical things they need? What are these material things that the staff needs? Another thing again the staff might need that can be classified under the physical things are sometimes staff might need leave. Just tell them take a day off to relax, especially when you know they've had back to back stress. Give them a day off, 2 days off, let them go and relax. That will calm their nerves and make them emotionally and mentally stable to work the next day. That's called you can give them casual leave, you can give them annual leave. This will actually help them in doing better whenever they resume. Sometimes you can also take them on vacation. There's nothing bad, employers, there's nothing bad in taking your staffs on vacation. Do you know what the staffs means? Employees are assets, very tangible assets that you cannot afford to lose because without them, your business cannot move anywhere. Without these employees, your business cannot move effectively. So you need them in order to carry out whatever they need to carry for you to make that money you're making on a daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis. So I say to you, it doesn't cost you anything to take them out for vacation. A vacation to a very fine place at I don't know, we have a fine resorts here and there, be it let me give an example. It might be on the highland, it might be at even here in Ibadan. You might have a cool resort you can take them to. It might be we have one at Ilaji Resort. We have so many places. I'm using places that you can take your employees to, just for them to mingle, interact, and you can organize lined up activities, funds, and everything that will relieve them of the stress and the tension. Coming back to work, they are coming refreshed and renewed. So, aside excursions, you can also do break time. You can do 50% meal. What I mean is, maybe the total cost of meal per day is 500 naira, for instance. You as an employer, you can decide to pay 50% of it by allowing your staff to enjoy to pay 250 naira for the meal, which we encourage them that these people are really trying, because sometimes staffs get home tired and so exhausted that they don't even have time to cook. Coming to work the next day, you see them eating biscuits, chin, and before you know, this staff is hungry, eyes is turning, where he or she is supposed to put 2 times 2, is putting 1 times 2. You get, and you begin to have lots of errors as a result of malnourishment. So most staffs don't have time to cook or even to stock up their houses because of the back-to-back activities, a lot of things to assignments or tasks to finish. Why don't you provide meal for them? It can be a meal per day, maybe 2 meals per day, depending on the capacity of you as an employer. Let's do well to do that because it enhances performances as well. Are you an employer in which your staff falls, like you have staffs who fall sick once in a while and yet you do nothing to it? Please put your staffs under HMO. Even if you can't cover the full payments, you can make it a 50% and you give them time to cool off and relax, because as they say, an healthy man is a productive man, is going to be productive. But if a man is not healthy, he can never be productive, because that pain is going through will not even allow him or her to think well, not to talk of making a productive effort in the organization. So what am I trying to say? All I'm trying to say is, as an employer of labor, before you can say you want to own a business, you want to employ thousands of people, please think this through. The employee welfare is a paramount thing you need to take note of, because if you don't do that, you are giving them room to perform less and to have selfish mindsets. I'm not saying that is good. Employees, please don't see that as an avenue for you to misbehave, okay? But what I'm just trying to say is, sometimes the salary most employers pay their employees are nothing to write home about, especially in this present economy, where we have the high cost of foodstuffs, high cost of even accommodation on the high side. So all these expenses pile up together, and you now end up paying your staff 50,000, 70,000. Please tell me, how do you expect that staff to cope? If not to start thinking of a way to manipulate things in his or her place of work, or if not to start thinking of a way to steal one or two things within the organization. Fraud become rampant because of this. But all the same, it is not good, because we advise every employee, if you know your cost of living is on the high side and you cannot cope with that pay, please don't accept that job. Don't accept it. Accept a job in which you have a deep thought over it and you've seen that if I remove house rent, if I remove feeding, if I remove this, I will still have little savings. Accept that kind of job. And when you know you are earning less, don't go for high standard things. You go for an expensive house, live a luxury life on top the small money you are earning. Please do not do that. So if you accept a job that you are okay with the pay, please be contented with it. But all the same, our employers should also therefore try to provide good welfare for the employees, so that their performance can be they can be well productive, their performance will improve on the high side, and we can have less of errors, negligence acts, fraud, and so many other more acts. So I urge all employers out there to please review, have a meeting and review, and let's see how we can make our country a better country. And employees too, I encourage you all, while you patiently pray and wait for our employers to improve in certain areas, I urge you to do your best in delivery, and knowing fully well that a job worth doing is a job well done. So please try to put in your best in whatever you are doing, and the only reward we get for all of this is the heavenly reward. And if your hands are clean, knowing fully well that in your place of work you're doing the best you could do, just know that God is going to bless you and take you to a greater place you never imagined. But if you are the type that always is good at pulling down businesses down, my dear, you can never have a business, not to talk of even getting to that greater places in life, because when you try to do that, someone else will pull you down. So please and please, let's be guided by our hearts towards our employers, and our employers too, let's be guided by our hearts towards our employees, because we need each other to make this business world a better and a productive one. Thank you for watching. If you love my video, please do well to like, subscribe, and also comment, and do well to also share it. So thank you. See you on my next video. Bye.